This is Sandcast, beach volleyball with Triborn and Travis Mewert, presented by Variant Vacation Club Rentals and brought to you by volleyballmag.com. We're not at our Born on the Beach studios today. We are at the WIT. What do you guys want to call it? What should the WIT studio be?
You know, we usually go with 1407 Delaware.
1407.
It's our address.
So creative.
That's really creative.
Wow.
It sounds kind of like a club name, like the 1407.
We thought so too. 1407. It makes sense. Sand Club 1407.
But yeah, we have Madison and McKenna Witt, also known as the Witt Sisters. Although soon not to be the Witt Sisters. What are you guys going to do with the last name changes coming up?
Well, I already got married, so I guess I'm in the process of changing my name. So I'll be McKenna Thibodeau. That's a tough one. People are going to really get confused
It's
with that
kind of
name.
fun and scandalous with all the switches going on.
Yeah, it's like
I picked up a new partner.
Madison got a new partner. McKenna
We just wanted to be part of the action.
Yeah.
So
just had to switch
the partners.
Yeah.
And your wedding is coming up, so you will soon also not be a Witt.
Right. I'm also getting married now. McKenna and I like to stay on the same page, so
Yeah.
had to follow suit real quick.
And it'll be Willis?
Willis. Yep.
Okay.
I'll be a Willis.
You're not
Willis.
changing that much. Witt to Willis.
That's true.
Not
it's
bad.
easy.
Keep your initials in line.
Yeah.
Right. I don't have to change.
Perfect.
Thanks, Kyle.
Well, congratulations
Thank you.
on the wedding and the upcoming wedding. And congratulations, you guys are our first video guests. Well, technically the second, because our first one, we had Madison McKibben on.
Okay.
He did video, but this is kind of our own thing. So it won't turn out nearly as smooth as Madison's, because he's pro at that
savvy.
stuff.
Yeah, they're doing some cool video stuff. I've seen a bunch like online on social media.
Yeah, it's
that's
fun.
awesome.
Learning a lot.
Yeah, they spend probably 100 times more hours on editing than we do.
Yeah,
We'll
so
see.
now
We're getting better.
We're at ground zero.
Yeah, we're getting
hour one.
Maybe you guys can hire them.
We've thought about that.
You can't afford them.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, how's everything been going? I know that you guys have been keeping very busy with getting your master's degrees, and
yeah.
so we're almost finished.
I am so excited because I just submitted my final assignment forever yesterday, so I'm done now officially. Well, technically I still have to pass, but
If you pass.
if I pass, I'm
the
done
letter
with school
pass.
forever.
Confident.
So yeah, I will pass, and I'm done with school forever.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah, I hear that.
And I still have like 3 more weeks left. My program was a little bit longer, but we'll both be officially done then.
Now, is that
the end of this month.
Is that exciting, or is this one of those? Because when I was leaving college, it was a lot of emotions. I
Yeah.
sort of wanted to get out in the real world and do real journalism stuff, but at the same time, I really liked college.
Yeah.
So it was like exciting, but also I was just leaving a big part of me behind.
No, it's really exciting. It's a new chapter, and it comes with figuring out a lot of stuff that we're kind of just like, okay, here we go, throwing ourselves
We're
into
doing it.
Professional beach volleyball career, trying to figure out what that looks like. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's all very exciting. I'm
It's
ready
fun.
to be done with school.
It's fun to have someone in the exact same position as you doing it with you, so that obviously helps us out. And we both just kind of, we have this joke where we just wipe away our tears. Just like this gesture that we do, and we think it's so funny, but we're
But then
excited to be
You
done
don't have
with
that person to like pull you forward. It's like the same.
Yeah, we're pulling
we're
each
in the
other.
same lane here. You can't like pull me forward. Anyways,
You can make sure no one falls back,
Right, that's true.
pulling each other
I'm sorry,
back.
I'm not pulling you forward.
Oh, yeah.
This came out wrong. I'm sorry.
You can look at it
Let's
either way.
forget what I said.
Now I'm a little concerned because you majored in different things. It's like,
Did.
Is that like
We
the
did.
farthest you guys have ever like gotten from each other?
Honestly,
different majors?
it is. Honestly, it really is. I don't know what she was thinking when she chose communication.
We are actually very different people. We're the same, but we're at our core, we're very different, and comes out kind of, I guess in school it finally came out like, oh, the twins do something different. That's
Sure.
cool. I mean, we're marrying different people. I'd like to say that. I think that's a big.
Probably
Yeah, I think we did. We've
Fair.
been married to each other for a while, so I mean, it really prepared me for marriage. I'd just like to say that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad I could pull you forward for something.
There you go.
And as you guys move into kind of past the college phase, do you have plans on what to do with the new degrees that you guys have? Or is that just you get them and just to have them for when you do want to kind of get into your own professional fields after beach volleyball, whenever that time may be?
That was definitely our idea. We don't have specific careers that we want to quite go into with the degrees that we got. We just knew that we wanted to take full advantage of all the education opportunities we could. And we did that. We did it backwards. We got our 4 years of beach. We did our Trek indoor for a semester, and it was absolutely amazing. And we had a great experience. Mm-hmm. And now we're coming out with master's degrees, and we're stoked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a great call. I wish I had a master's degree right now. Instead, I went overseas and screwed around for a year and a half. But I was actually thinking about doing that now, so good on you guys for getting it done early. You don't have to go back. And I will say, in our sport, you can definitely use your communications degree for sure. Look at me right now.
That's right. Wow. Giving me hope.
I'm going to add you to the podcast.
Yeah, I think you'll have to hire
Add me to the podcast. I'm ready, guys.
Really?
Volunteer only, though.
I have a lot of information.
Perfect.
And with you guys, too, you said you did it backwards. It's funny because you grew up indoor players, right? And then was Arizona the first time you guys had ever played beach?
Yeah, we actually didn't start playing beach volleyball. We played in maybe 1 or 2 tournaments in high school, just purely for fun and to get outside.
I got heat stroke both times.
It was so hot.
Tough experience.
Growing up in Arizona,
yeah.
This was the first weekend I've been in Arizona. The first time I've ever stepped outside of the Arizona airport. It's hot. And it's only April.
It's only April, too.
I feel you on the heat stroke.
Yeah. So we didn't really play until we got to Arizona, which is, it's crazy that that's even possible. But we got recruited. Steve, our coach, came indoors and said, hey, you guys would make great beach players. What do you think? So we were like,
all right.
Took a chance. We loved the school. We fell in love with the school, so it just made it easy to transition out there. And once we started playing, we were like, this is really different.
This is fun.
But at the same time, it's only you and me out there. I think we're made for this. So,
Really?
we fell in love. It was awesome.
They took a chance. We took a chance. Best chance we've ever taken.
I love it. How long was the program in existence? Was Arizona a program for the whole time that beach volleyball has been a part of NCAA?
No.
Or did you guys kind of help
we
start
were
that?
We were the program starters, which is super exciting.
Yeah.
It was us and our friend Sarah Cyber, just the 3 of us for the first semester.
That was interesting. Looking back, it was individuals every single practice, which, I mean, in college, you're like, oh, no, I have an individual. But
you don't get away with anything.
No, you don't get it. Eyes on you all the time. But we needed that. At the same time, we're so grateful for that.
Yeah, we got so much better.
It's part of our story. We had never played beach. We started at ground zero, and
I think it was like we were in the negatives. I don't even think it was ground zero.
Yeah. We spent the first week of that program learning how to throw a ball. He didn't like how we threw a ball because so that really,
I mean, we didn't throw a ball very well. We didn't.
That's where we were at.
You had to practice warm-ups first.
Yeah, so Steve really showed us how to throw a ball first and foremost. And
that's so funny. So I'm guessing you guys weren't softball players growing up then.
We did. We played softball.
We
did.
Still had to kind of
underhand.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Funny story with softball, though. I hated playing softball. I was so afraid of the ball. I swear I always got hit. I always got hit with the ball.
I gave her a concussion one time.
Yeah, I got hit really hard in the elbow once. Every time I had to bat, I pretended like I had to go to the bathroom every single time. I ran to the bathroom. I was like, skip my name in the lineup. I gotta go. I'm out of here.
Sorry.
Sometimes I really had to go to the bathroom because I was so terrified. Other times I just, I was scared. So... Yeah.
That's funny. You now you make a living basically making yourself get hit by the ball.
It's
like
so
opposite,
weird,
right?
so bizarre.
Now it's got
Never thought
now
about
it has
that.
to hit you.
Yeah.
And with you guys figuring out the beach, it's so much different than indoor because you have to do everything. And obviously, there's only 2 people out there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys split block, or did you? How did you guys go about figuring out who did what?
Yeah, from the beginning. So when we played indoor, I was a middle and McKenna was an outside.
Okay.
And so I think just we didn't really know how split blocking worked. We didn't know why they made those distinctions. We just kind of did what we were told. And I trained as a full-time blocker. McKenna was better at defending, so they trained her as a defender, and we just kind of never looked back. They always kept us in those distinct roles. And now, the more as we're kind of evolving as players, we're working into those skills a lot more, because obviously you have to be able to do everything, especially at the professional level. So it's been fun, but we're sticking to our roles. We're not split blocking. McKenna's going to be defending back there.
Yeah, we don't want you back there. We don't want me up.
Yeah. We like where we are.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
In your freshman season, you went 13 and 15, I think.
Ooh, yeah.
And then, but the next 3 years, I mean, you guys became one of the top teams in the country, like one of the few that could probably give Sarah and Kelly a regular, like, decent match. How did you kind of take us through the process of figuring it out? Because that's a steep learning curve that you guys had.
Yeah.
Well, the first year, we didn't even know our positioning on the court. It was just a lot to figure out, and the more we played, the more we're like, oh, maybe I should I should probably stand here.
Yeah, we're just thrown in the fire right away. Like, go get them. Obviously, the staff at U of A was doing everything they could to teach us quickly and just get us to where we needed to be. And looking back, I love the process. I mean, no one... Steve would always tell us Rome wasn't built in a day, and man, is that true.
Yeah.
It's just it's a process, and to this day, we have so much more growth to do as players and people. It's just life, of course, but...
It's always easier to look back on the process fondly. When you're in it, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible, but in those moments, I've been trying to... the process is beautiful, and that's how you grow. And you don't grow on mountaintops. You can, but you're forced to grow in the valleys. And looking back at our college career, freshman year, tough, terrible record. Sophomore year,
terrible. We almost broke even.
You're right, almost even. We had 12 wins. Come on.
No, 11, I think.
He said 12 and 13?
I had it 13 and 15.
13 and 15. 13 W's, Ken.
Nice.
Celebrate.
It's pretty good.
But yeah, we had a slow progression, got better each year, started coming out to California, playing in the beach tournaments, getting in the USA circuit, and that just really helped our growth. Helped our process.
Yeah.
What would you guys say your style of play ended up being coming out of? I guess kind of starting from scratch. And it's funny, you guys actually learn the game together. A lot of teams, like one person will have grown up playing it or something, and will kind of pull the other person along. But you guys are on the same level, basically on everything.
Yeah. It seems like every team is like marked by something like they're a power team, or they're really scrappy and shoddy. I don't know. Madison and I are kind of unpredictable. We have we're just we work as hard as we can out there. We make a lot of weird plays that really shouldn't happen. So I would say we're a combination of just scrappy, weird, athletic, and and fun.
Weird athletic.
We really do. We just have so much fun out there.
To go out there.
We can see the fun part right here. Lots of smiles on our podcast so far.
Yeah, we don't take ourselves too seriously out there.
What does weird athletic mean?
Wow, she actually hit that ball really well, but it didn't look right.
Oh, okay.
We have really long limbs too, and as you can see, we've always been, skinny twig noodles, and people I could name so many things people describe us, and it looks weird sometimes when you're making plays and just make it happen. It's kind of nice that someone else looks the same. You're like, well, it's just the way we are.
It's like if you combine us, though, we're a big girl.
Yeah, we're one big girl.
There you go.
But I think I think a lot of it speaks to just knowing the strengths of your own body, and no one plays the same. Each of you guys, I'm sure, can relate to being, making the guys in general just make the better athletic plays, and I love that. And it's so fun to watch. But
I'll admit it.
Yeah. We're not. We'll admit it. But yeah, that's been a fun process too, going through college and trying to put on weight. Never came for us. We worked very hard.
Still
Sure, a lot of
are
girls
working
would love
hard.
to have that problem.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And I'm just, we're just trying to be the strongest versions of ourselves. And if that doesn't come at a higher weight for us, then we're just going to use what we got and learn that way.
Perfect.
What I'm wondering too is, so why volleyball? So I read that you guys were cut from the team in 7th grade,
Oh, yeah, that's a good story.
but you came back and got after it in 8th grade, and now here we are. You guys are full-time professional volleyball players. So take us through that process. Just
Yeah.
why volleyball? Because I feel like
I love that
if I were
story.
cut from a team in 7th grade, like
That's it.
I'm out. I'm retired.
I'm out.
Well, it's a great story because one day Madison and I were just like, hey, the volleyball tryouts. We hear the volleyball tryouts are happening today. Maybe we should go. Sounds like it'll be a good time. And
Yeah.
we loved playing. We were competitive. We loved doing anything that's.
We played every sport.
We did. We started with
softball,
soccer.
basketball, soccer, all the sports.
So we went to this tryout, and we're so close to making it, but they were just like, no, we couldn't get our serves over the net.
No, we learned how to serve that week. By the end of the week, we got it over the net. And we
We
were
did.
like, guys, we have potential.
Yeah.
And they were like, nah, twins. We're like, fine.
So after that, we really enjoyed playing. So we told each other, we went home, talked with our dad, and he said, all right, we're going to train you. We're going to train you. We'll get you ready for next year.
Okay.
And so we lived by this country club that had the racquetball courts. And
No, they were the volleyball courts.
well, they're the racquetball courts,
Racquetballs.
but
You're
you
right.
transform them into a volleyball court. And
Which
so
is?
you basically put a net up in the racquetball court, and you bounce like off the walls. So
Ooh.
you can play volleyball off the wall. So it's really cool because you have to be pretty dynamic and
Yeah. Hustle
That's-
plays,
yeah.
that's
long
where-
arms.
That's
Yeah.
where the weird athletic.
There you go.
exactly.
Started in the volleyball courts. Thanks,
It
Dad.
really did. And so we did that, and my dad said we would always play in the front yard together. And my dad, he parked he has this huge F-150 truck, extended bed, just massive. So he would park it in the driveway, and he'd say, if you can serve and hit my truck, I'll give you $1 every time you hit it.
Every time you hit it.
We
Like,
could not hit his truck. We
couldn't
could
make
never
any
hit
money.
We,
gonna
no
say.
money. We literally didn't make any money. But I mean, so we're working on our skills, and we made the team in 8th grade. We were still awful, but we made the team. And then it just kept going up from there. So yeah.
And you guys do have other siblings.
We do.
Was there like any jealousy? Because obviously you guys are very close. And so I have 2 siblings, and we're each like close for our separate reasons.
Right,
But have
yeah.
you guys just always been like just 2 peas in a pod, and
Yeah.
then there's the rest of the family?
We really have.
I think our siblings. So we have one older brother.
Jacob.
He's our
great.
full blood, same mom, same dad. Then the rest are halves and steps. So with Jacob, our older brother, I think he just kind of accepted like twins are twins. They're just
But we still gave him attention.
yeah. We gave him a lot of attention.
Yeah, he was fine. And I mean, sometimes Jacob and I would gang up on Madison.
Yeah,
and-
they would. Yeah, I was typically ganged up on. So
Yeah.
there were some other relationships in the family.
I just want to apologize for that right
Thank
now
you.
because you didn't deserve that.
I still have some resentment about that.
I know.
Who shot the peas? So
That's a funny
yeah.
story.
Anyways, we'll just let that one go.
We like stories.
It's a dumb story. No one else will think it's funny but us. So
All right.
One time I had a dream. Apparently, I screamed, "Who shot the peas?" And I swear
when she was sleeping,
when
it
I was
so
sleeping.
funny.
I swear McKenna and Jacob made that up, but they always yell that to me now. And it makes me just like, makes me mad.
We just like the reaction, obviously.
Every family's got a few of those stories for sure.
Yeah,
You
no
can
doubt.
use that on the court
Yeah.
if you want to make her mad.
Oh yeah, get a little reaction out of
Fire
her.
her up.
Hey, twins, what's your secret word? Who shot the peas?
There was a word that we would say to each other though. I don't even remember it. I probably
It was
should.
funny.
It was really funny.
funny. What
To
was
break
it?
some tension if we're playing really bad or need some sort of like, what are you doing, Madison? We would say a word, but
We'll figure that
we'll,
out.
we'll think about it.
We'll get it later.
We'll get it later. It'll come back to me.
And how is your dynamic on the court? Like you mentioned that you're 2 very different people despite being the exact same. So kind of what's the different personalities, on each side here?
That's a good question.
McKenna is more aggressive.
Really?
McKenna's more.
I would say on the court I'm more aggressive, but you mean offensive?
Yeah. No, I'm more offensive. You're more aggressive.
Okay, I agree with that.
But on the court, we don't really fight much on the court. We just try to. We know each other's not trying to be bad or make mistakes, so we keep that at the forefront, and that's a lot, or it can be a lot easier when you're siblings and you can understand that, rather than playing with someone else and just kind of ignoring it. But we know that, and ultimately you can still get frustrated, but we try to show some grace in that area, and that keeps our relationship really grounded and able to overcome obstacles more quickly.
Yeah.
So.
I think you're definitely. I'm more feisty on the court, maybe, and you're a sweetie.
I'm a sweetie. Like, I don't know the score, guys.
She's a sweetie, but like she's gonna beat you.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm super competitive. Like,
yeah,
we're both super competitive. Like, we can get this giggly, have fun aura, which we totally are, but ultimately we're still super competitive. Like, we want to win. We don't like losing.
We'll do whatever it takes to win, but like we'll still be nice.
Yeah.
We've seen a few sibling partnerships on the men's side where they're definitely not as nice to each other.
Gracious.
Not gonna name any names, but
but we all know who they are.
Yeah. Madison and I, when we play with each other, it's easy to push boundaries when you're playing with your sibling. So I think that we try to set those boundaries and respect each other, understand at the end of the day we're just playing a sport and we're both doing our absolute best. We're not trying to mess up. So like Madison said, that's always at the front of our minds.
But I mean, we both have some weaknesses, and like training last week, I was like, McKenna, you have to do 5 more seconds of planks because you have a weak ab, and so like you're gonna get better. You're not gonna hold us down here.
That's true. I've had some more setbacks than you have, and you like to remind me of that.
I like to remind her.
And speaking of those setbacks too, you have recovered now. You're playing full-time beach volleyball with 2 heart surgeries, right?
Yeah, I've had. So it's weird to say because it sounds a little bit more.
She tries to downplay it. First of all, you literally had 2 heart surgeries, and they are a big deal.
2 heart surgeries because I get tachycardia when I play, which is really fast heart rate. So
like
I
how
would
fast?
have like 250 beats per minute is what we've recorded it at. So
it's up there. It's high.
Super up there. So I get these.
Figure out. I'm trying to like have that count in my
Picture.
head.
Max, it's 200. Max, your body shouldn't be getting above 200. So I'd have these episodes where maybe for a couple minutes my heart rate would be through the roof, and my body would I would feel absolutely exhausted, so fatigued, and just trying to play through that, realize, okay, you're not dying, but you need to slow down. So those heart surgeries were supposed to, there's an area of my heart that sends off extra electrical activity, and basically the idea was of the surgeries were to go in and ablate or burn the area that was sending off the extra electrical activity, so that didn't happen anymore. And it's a tough surgery because there's so many different factors that come into play when trying to figure out the area that's irregular. And it can grow back. They could have not gotten all of it when they're ablating the spot. So it's common to have a couple of those surgeries. So now I still have experienced some more episodes post my second surgery, which is a little discouraging in itself. But the recovery time for those surgeries is not bad at all. So coming back from that is it's a lot of a mental game too, and making sure that my body is prepared every time I go into competition or practice by being hydrated, properly fueled. A lot of stress can really cause more episodes to happen. So yeah, heart surgery.
How did you identify that? Because I'm sure that when you're an athlete and you're young and healthy, like, you don't immediately think like, oh well, of course, I have this crazy heart condition.
Right. Yeah.
So like, did it happen on the court and you were just like, hey, I need some help here? Or like, how did you identify it?
It happened in high school. I don't remember like one specific event where I was like, whoa, what was that?
Because she had to leave. I literally got aced probably 15 times in a row. I'm not even kidding you.
So you got aced and then she got stressed out and...
No, this was after. So episode happened. She had to go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, they left me at the gym, and so I was on the court. And, not to make it about me, but 15 is little enough. Clearly,
I remember you saying that now. It was a really, really bad game.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, so it happened in high school, and they weren't sure what was going on. They thought I just had anxiety or, they just weren't sure what was wrong. They thought it was just in my mind, and I was like, no, my body is, I was really responding in a way that does not make sense. I'm not making this up. I don't know how else to tell you. So they put one of those heart monitors on me when I was playing, and I never knew when an episode was going to happen. So maybe the first couple times they didn't record anything because it just wasn't happening that day. And I went through stress tests. Nothing happened during those stress tests. So I was like, I feel like they think I'm just crazy and a head case or whatever, or making this up because I want attention. I don't know. But finally they caught an episode. It was 250 for a couple minutes, which is crazy and dangerous, and you could pass out and go into some type of other cardiac arrest that is just a bad situation. So they were like, oh, okay, maybe we should take her a little bit more seriously. So they put me on medicine at first to slow my heart rate down, which is also dangerous as an athlete too. It's just, you can just feel tired, and it didn't actually work because I still had more episodes. So then we went into surgery and then a second surgery. So it's a long process.
What was the recovery like from surgeries? And then also, like you said, getting back onto the court after surgery is really tough. How is it kind of having to make these lifestyle changes? This is stuff that I'm having to do right now, making a lot of lifestyle changes. How is that in high school, having to make that, whether it's eating or hydrating? Like, you don't think about that when you're a kid usually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, so in high school, they just initially cut out caffeine for me. So I was like, okay, well, my dad quit drinking Mountain Dew because he wanted to support me.
Well, you probably saved him a year on his life.
Yeah, I was like, Dad, maybe we should start doing that again because he loves his Mountain Dew. But at first it was okay. If I had an episode, I just said, we need to call a timeout. I can't breathe and I'm going to fall over. So it was just kind of discouraging. I was like, what the heck? I feel like I'm not a real athlete right now. I just feel
something's off.
Yeah, something was so off. So once I got to U of A, and the surgery was extremely expensive. And so once I got to U of A, they were like, let's take care of this. And that was just an incredible blessing in itself because having that financial support was amazing. So right when maybe a month or so after I got there, had the first surgery, they told me they wanted me to set out for about a month. And really, it's an easy surgery because they just go in with a catheter through my groin. So there's just 2 incisions that needed to heal up. So they wanted me out for a month. And when I got back, I had an episode maybe a couple months after. And I was just extremely discouraged. Like, man, it didn't work. And it took, I had a couple months free of any episodes, which was awesome. But after that first setback, I was like, dang, what the heck? So they're pretty infrequent, though. So I was like, okay, I can live with this.
Did all the diet and all that stuff have to change like right away?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't.
It's kind of a slow process. You learned that
it's
kind
not
of helps.
Your situation is definitely way more intense than mine. Like, I don't have to change I didn't have to change everything I'm eating. I just had to make sure I'm eating like a lot of like a good amount of substance every time. I can't just have like a bag of hot Cheetos and jump in the game.
You need good fuel.
Yeah, I need good fuel.
Did you do that before, McKenna?
Yeah. We all do that.
I mean, high school.
Right?
Speak for yourself.
Okay.
You know what? In high school, we would just, put down some nuggets and
It was loved nuggets.
Nuggets?
okay, McDonald's.
For the record,
of
I
course.
don't eat nuggets ever.
Anymore.
Sorry. Anymore. The
No more nuggets.
They're just gross. They're not the same anymore. I don't know what I thought they were.
I don't eat them either, but they're pretty good.
It's okay,
Sweet
try.
sour barbecue.
Yeah. Sweet sour was the jam.
Oh yeah, so good.
Still love hot Cheetos, but anyways, so yeah, I just have to eat good food, and obviously any athlete can say they feel so much better when they're properly fueled and have all the macronutrients they need to perform. So it's like, okay, got it, easy.
I thought you said macronutrients.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said macaroni and cheese. Like,
That's a whole nother story.
we might want to talk about diet here. If macaroni and cheese is on the menu,
That's
then
not
I've been missing out.
Like, you just finished your master's degree in kinesiology.
Yeah, really.
Mac and cheese is my favorite food, though. I'd have to say that.
We're going to pause there for a quick commercial break from our wonderful sponsors. You're listening to Sandcast, beach volleyball with Tri Bourne and Travis Mawerda, presented by Marriott Vacation Club Rentals and brought to you by volleyballmag.com. Volleyballmag.com is, of course, your daily digital news source for all things volleyball, from NCAA women and men to beach volleyball on all levels to international and more. Volleyballmag.com, the only media outlet that covers our sport on all fronts every day. This podcast is also brought to you by Marriott Vacation Club Rentals, which offers the best vacation accommodations in the world's best vacation destinations. Wherever you travel, to Florida if you wanted to go visit the FIVB Major, to Hawaii if you want to go see my boy Tri at the Outrigger Canoe Club, to Europe, to California for any of the AVP and FIVB events out here on the best coast. Choose to rest in our luxurious guest rooms, suites, or villas for your next getaway. Villas offer all of the comforts of home, including a full kitchen, living and dining area, and separate bedrooms. Stay with the Marriott name you know and trust. Book big spaces and great places today. Visit www.mbcrentals.com.
Hi everyone, Amanda Dowdy here. I'm a professional beach volleyball player and I absolutely love the benefits of Firefly Recovery. I use the Firefly straps to help boost my recovery while I travel, after training or practice, and in between matches at a tournament. It is simple to use and its small size makes it perfect for travel. Firefly Recovery has become a staple in my training regimen, and honestly, it should be in every athlete's gym bag. Check out Firefly Recovery for yourself and change your game.
I know that one of the toughest parts with injuries it kind of goes understated is the mental side of things. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, because obviously we play a sport that we get fatigued very often, very quick. Do you ever kind of get really tired and you're like, oh God, like this might be coming on again? Mm. What's the mental recovery for that like?
After an episode, my body is like, it's shot. I'm exhausted. But the longer I sit, the better I feel. So I'll take a medical timeout if it's during the game. But then again, it's your heart, so it's dangerous. So I need to make sure that I'm not, trying to push the envelope there, because it's not a good idea, because I'm not going to win. So I think after coming back from an episode, resetting, making sure I'm not, obviously if I'm having heart problems, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm going to die, I don't know what's wrong with me. That's only going to make things worse, and it's going to prolong the episode. So taking a minute, I usually pray, I breathe. I have a breathing technique that I use. It's called Valsalva, or it's funny because it's also called bearing down, which at U of A that was our saying, bear down. So I bear down to try and change the rhythm of my heartbeat. So yeah, that's what I did.
Madison, have you taken on any of these things she's learned and kind of used them for your game?
Yeah, it's definitely affected me. I've been with McKenna the whole time. Like, we've had to pull out tournaments for hard episodes, and a lot of the times I have to limit her because she just wants to play, and I'm like, McKenna, no, like.
That's nice.
I'd like to have
my partner
you.
Yells at me.
Yeah.
Tells me I didn't train hard enough.
Yeah. But towards, in the more recent episodes, she'll literally run off the court, and she didn't mention this, but she has this thing called a loop recorder literally inserted in her by her heart that can record episodes. Mm-hmm. She'll just run off the court, record an episode, come back while her heart's literally at 250. Whoa. And I'm like, I can't imagine that. And
well, now that I know, I feel I feel more confident and like, okay, I'm gonna be okay, but I want to make sure that we record this so the doctor can see what's going on. Mm-hmm. And maybe that stems from high school when nobody believed me that something was wrong. But now I'm like, okay, I just want to make sure the doctor can see this. So that's my thought. But I'm like, maybe I shouldn't sprint.
Yeah. So for me, it helps me be stronger for her. And there have been times where I've had injuries, and the other partner and any partnerships just steps up, makes the plays, does what needs to be done to win a match. So
you're strong, girl.
And with partnerships too, so when we had Madison on, obviously he won an AVP with Ty Loomis, but he's always said that if Riley's healthy, he's playing with Riley.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Is that how you guys are too? Because I'm sure that there have been no shortage of people kind of inquiring, like, hey, I'm a blocker. Is this a permanent partnership right here?
Honestly, that hasn't really come up for us. Like, when people know that McKenna's not in town or hurt or I'm hurt or vice versa, they'll kind of say like, hey, do you want to play? But very lightly, like, I know that you're with Madison or I know that you're with McKenna. I'm like, guys, we can train separately. We can do separate things, but we love playing together. And I wouldn't want to play this. I can't say I wouldn't want to play the sport, but there's so much in playing the sport with McKenna that just brings me so much joy, and I wouldn't want to do it without her. Mm-hmm.
Where do you guys kind of see where do you see your team going together? Like, what are the long-term goals here?
It's
at the professional level, which I know you guys have done it for a year now, but
right.
So it's going to be a little different.
Not even a year.
Oh, not even, okay.
We just played.
I would consider this upcoming summer our first year.
First season?
Yeah, absolutely.
We didn't play last year because we were getting ready to play indoor for CBU for last semester.
You retained your amateur status too, right?
Yeah.
To make sure, because you made the semis and NBL Long Beach, and I'm sure you just said no to the prize money so you could play indoor. Okay.
Yeah,
so
we
had to.
Okay. You've played a few pro events, but you haven't accepted any money, so you're not professionals yet until you accept that first check.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
Got it.
So now we're really excited to be playing with and for P1440, which is going to be so awesome. I can't wait to hear more when they come out with some stuff. So we're looking forward to that season for sure.
But as far as where our team's going in the future, we're just going to continue showing up every day and doing the best we can, developing our skills, meeting people along the way, and ultimately wherever God's going to take us, that's where we want to go.
Okay, so leaving it up to just see where it takes you.
Yep.
Is international in the
absolutely
sights?
We're gonna we are gonna start playing international tournaments and just playing as much as we can, wherever we can, whatever we can get into, that's where we're at.
Awesome.
And take us through the kind of the decision-making process for P1440, because there's there's always so much in flux with beach volleyball, but I'm sure that being approached by Carrie Walsh, who I'm sure that you both looked up to, just growing up in the volleyball world, I'm sure that was a pretty surreal moment.
We love Carrie. We're so impressed by, not only her volleyball skills, but her character and just her humility in this whole process, and we got the chance to train with her a couple times last summer, so of course we were stoked about that. We enjoyed every second of it. We got so much better. So she had kind of mentioned not P1440 itself because it was still developing, but just to look out for that. And we were like, we knew that we would have this whole indoor season to have to wait and to jump into the pro circuit. So coming out of the back end of that, we were so excited to see that P1440 had progressed and it's growing and it's getting off its feet. So once they approached us, Madison and I were just beyond excited, of course.
We knew in making the decision to hold out last summer and just play indoor, grind out the rest of our master's degrees, and that there would be something amazing And we feel that P1440 is doing that and generating so many more opportunities for athletes. And we're so pumped to be a part of that and just watch the sport evolve and just grow.
It's funny because we started out at U of A starting the program there, and now we're entering the pro circuit and are like, what does this even mean? What is everyone doing out here? And now Pete 1440 is coming along, brand new, just getting started. So there's a little bit of familiarity there in coming from U of A too, and it's an incredible opportunity for Madison and I to kind of be under Carrie's wing and keep learning from her and spending time with her too.
And they're doing a different system with P1440 where they're kind of going to create teams, there's going to be a top level team, a lower level team, and everyone gets to train together under a coach. Have they talked to you guys about how that's going to work for you guys specifically? Obviously, all the teams aren't set. They don't know all the teams that are going to be on the tour, but do you guys have some specifics on what's going to happen with you guys?
We don't really know. We know that's the goal, that's the structure, that's what we're striving towards. So they're still trying to come up with a number of teams, coaches
for everyone.
Yeah. So we're kind of waiting to see where we'll fall into that. And as it progresses, as more teams are formed, I think we'll be able to see more. But right now, we are assigned as a developmental team. So that's
Sweet.
So ultimately, we're just waiting for more structure,
right?
For the coach.
Yeah, we're all kind of waiting to hear more. We had Dave Mays on a podcast a few weeks ago, so people can listen to that, and that's still kind of all we know, right? Is what Dave gave us.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have have they talked to you just about specific tour stops and anything? Because we know 4, but I guess we're still waiting for the additional 4 to come out and dates and stuff.
We're still waiting on. We don't know dates. We don't really know specifics. I think didn't Carrie say the first one's in Chicago or something? Or maybe that changed.
No, but that will be one of the stops eventually.
Yeah. But either way, we play the sport of volleyball because we love it. We love the competition. This is just another incredible opportunity for athletes to make more money, to keep competing year round. What more could we ask for, right? It's awesome.
And I will say that they did an excellent job picking you guys are sort of the cover girls of P1440 right now. So I will say they did a great job in the selection. 2 very bright athletic individuals. You. So, and obviously
weird athletic.
Always smiling.
Weird athletic. Come on. Weird athletic.
Weird athletic, smiley.
We know it.
Joyful.
Yeah.
And you guys are playing Huntington, right?
We are.
Yes, we are so excited.
We're gonna wreck that quali.
Yeah.
That's it's like a 10-day long qualifier, right?
Is it?
No,
it's a 2-day.
It's 2 days,
Yeah,
which is
2
still.
days.
We're gonna grind it, yeah.
And this is your first international. You're not playing internationally, but your first
affiliated.
FIVB.
We're gonna try to get in as many as we can.
So how does it work in terms of AVP for you guys? Can you guys play AVP? I know you can't play P1440 after you sign the AVP contract, but can you play AVP before you go play P1440?
Yeah.
P1440 isn't limiting any athletes whatsoever. You don't have to sign an exclusivity contract. But I think because of AVP's their exclusivity contract, we can't play with them
when it's not an international event.
And we haven't exactly seen the AVP contract at all, and obviously, but that's just our general understanding. So since we held out last year, we weren't really a part of the contracts.
Well, if you play, don't you have to sign it?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you play, you have to sign it. I was just thinking,
since we're already signed with P1440,
I was wondering if you play AVP and then break contract to play P1440, if that means that you just can't go back to AVP, it's okay that you break contract, you said, okay, I'm out of it,
I don't
or
think
if it's
that's
I would like to know. I'd be excited to see how that goes.
I was saying maybe you guys could play AVP 1 year before P1440 even starts, and then go after that. But obviously, you'd have to look deeper into it.
I mean, when we sign a contract, we want to be able to stick to the contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally believe in that, and I don't want we want to play AVP, but we also want to keep our options open.
Yeah.
And I hope that can be opened up for so many players. I mean, with these cool opportunities coming up. So
yeah, competition's good, and you gotta kind of pick what's best for you. Mm-hmm. Are you guys gonna go to AVPs and watch and scout?
Totally.
Oh, of course.
We won't scout. We'll support.
Well,
let's call it.
if you're watching, you're scouting, right?
I mean, basically, but it's funny that you just get a bunch of beach volleyball players and ask them to look at legal documents and whatnot. We're all like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, let's play. We just want to play it all. We want to do it all.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. We want to do it all, but we also know that in playing, if we qualify for an AVP, then we're going to be limited, and we don't want to go through those hoops when we don't quite need to yet.
I don't think we can afford a lawyer at this point.
Right.
Yeah, come on.
No.
We're unemployed.
It's complicated. What if you play in all the AVP qualifiers
We've thought of that.
and then don't go in the main draw if you win it?
It'll still cost.
And that'll cost you a lot of money.
It'll cost you money, and in playing the qualifier, I thought that when we played in the qualifier and didn't actually qualify, in the qualifier you said if you're going to compete in the qualifier that you would sign the contract once you got there. But then again,
Like
you
a
can't.
verbal?
But it doesn't make like a verbal.
How can you say you're going to
That's
sign a
not-
contract if you can't see it? So maybe that's not even what
not-
it is.
We thought of that, but we also we don't want to cause trouble.
In my
Yeah,
little
but-
experience with the law, I'd say verbal agreements don't really hold up.
No, it means nothing. But yeah, I see what you're saying. You don't want to
Right.
stir the pot your first full year professional.
Right, we're not trying to
we're
come out
newbies.
here, and we want to be a part of it all,
Yeah,
and
totally.
not trying to put a damper on something that's amazing. And
Yeah,
And so
totally.
you guys are now officially full-time professional beach volleyball players.
in 3 weeks,
As of yesterday, yes.
half of our team is.
Yes. She's, look, I get to pull you forward.
Pull me
for the
forward,
next
man.
3 weeks.
Who's older?
McKenna.
I am
How many minutes?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
The
3
wise
whole
one.
minutes. She's the wise one. She's our wise experience.
I am. You're welcome.
So she's going to be my wedding planner for the next 3 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
You guys didn't waste any time with the wedding planning.
No.
I mean, you got engaged and it was
I did.
so-
I had a 5-month engagement, and then I was in the middle of the indoor season during all that. So, and I don't know how to plan a
and
wedding
getting your master.
and getting my master's.
Can we put that on our resumes?
Yeah, I
wedding
think you can put that on your resume.
I'd
You
like
probably
to.
could.
You probably could.
My engagement was like a year, I think.
Oh, a year.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
That's normal.
Practice.
yeah.
Yeah. I proposed, and then the next 2 months, everyone's asking me when's it gonna be? I'm like,
I know,
I don't
right?
know. I'm supposed to know that part.
That's the first
I just
question,
asked
yeah.
it. I was like,
I just don't.
Oh, I have to.
I just
I have
did
to
it.
plan something now?
yeah, give me some time.
When did you guys realize that playing this sport professionally, as what you're doing for a living, was a real possibility? Because that's not a lot of people can say that, even for the professional athletes right now.
Yeah.
They still have to kind of have 6 or 7 side jobs to make it all work.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And I mean, we'll probably have to pick up an extra job or two. Well, one job. I don't know what. I have a master's degree, and I have no idea what I can do.
And I'm like, I have a master's
Not
degree. I'm going to
crazy.
go work at Starbucks.
Hey, you have wanted to be a barista for a
I think it'd be a great skill to learn. I love coffee.
Yeah.
Why not be good at making it myself?
Yeah, but I think we've had just a different type of journey we were always the underdog. We nobody ever thought that the Twins would win, have a good season, and once it's hard, it's weird to talk about. I don't like talking about myself, so thinking about talking about at what point we realized, oh, we're actually good, maybe we can make a living doing this, is tough for me.
I don't know if there even was a moment where, but we just know that we've loved the sport, and that's evolved over the past 4.5 years. So it's even new for us. So
Yeah.
it's kind of all we've ever known for the past 4 years, and we weren't ready to stop, and we just opportunities kept leading us forward with it. So we've stuck with it.
Yeah, just hearing that you guys have only played for 4.5 years. The exciting part to me is the potential that you guys have. Not so much in what you've done already, but
Yeah.
the potential that you have. Because 4.5 years is nothing. That's
No.
I've been playing since I was probably 10 years old or 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. wow.
So
Yeah.
and now I'm 28. So
It's a long. That's a long.
I'm like
time.
a veteran.
You are.
I am a veteran. Yeah.
You are.
It's cool.
Actually, I've been pro beach volleyball as long as you guys have been playing.
Wow.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy.
That's really cool. And it's also like amazing finally being out on the beaches and training on a beach and not in, well, U of A had an amazing facility, but it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, you don't get the same wind, the same elements. And so it's been fun training.
You're surrounding yourself with the right people as you step into this professional game. So that's
We can't go
It's a good
wrong with
first
hanging
step.
out with Carrie, right?
yeah.
She's
pretty
the
good.
best.
She's pretty good.
Now, your first match, well, not as professionals, but so you qualified in San Francisco in 2016, and your first AVP, your first main draw match, we'll call it that, not professional,
Yep.
since you guys are technically amateurs, was against Carrie in April.
It
So
was.
funny. Yeah.
What? I'm sure that was quite a big moment for you two. Were you at any point just looking across the net like, holy cow, that's Carrie Walsh I'm playing against?
It was kind of like a welcome to the circuit type of thing for us. Like, what other way would we want to be welcomed? We were excited, and going up to the ref stand to flip coin, side against side, I was like, Carrie, you're taller than I thought you were. Like, I look so small next to Carrie.
I love talking about that game because McKenna was also very injured in that game.
My ab was wrecked. I had like a 4 centimeter tear in my ab, and I had nothing.
She's just weak sometimes.
Gosh, yeah, I had some setbacks, guys.
But we gotta like switch because we dressed out the exact same. Obviously, when we were in matching bathing suits, I taped up the same. But our sunglasses were the only thing that were kind of differentiating us.
Yeah.
So we caught on to that because that was all they were going off of. So we pulled some switchies in there with our sunglasses.
We switched sides. We switched sunglasses. We were switching up.
We were giving them as hard of a time as we could.
Yeah,
That's
it took
a
Carrie.
great
It worked.
idea.
It took him a
Totally
little
worked.
time. Yeah, Carrie's like, I'm on to you guys. Like, afterwards, she asked us, she's like, did you guys switch sunglasses? And we were like,
Wow. That's
it was
a great
the
idea.
only thing we could do.
You just got to act like if one of you's totally
cool.
gassed, the other one
Oh,
has
yeah.
to act gassed.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Another
And then
person
switch
just
the side.
Stand up straight. And
Yeah. Even
Suck it up.
in NVL, I also taped the same as McKenna, and a lot of players, well, I shouldn't say a lot, a couple players were a little upset about that, went to the staff running the tournament and complained, and they literally marked me. They put a 1 on my arm, and I was like, whoa, guys,
no
this
way.
isn't fair. That's not fair. And so
Well, when
I
you
ended
go
up scrubbing it
international,
off.
you wear
Exactly, you have numbers.
That's what-
that
that
was
was
their
their-
point.
I would
That's the
have
point.
completely taken advantage of that.
We did.
At all times.
Well,
yeah.
you're just trying to take advantage of us.
I wasn't going
Right,
to make
yeah.
it through the tournament, and they wanted to mark one of us so that they could pick on me the whole time. I was like, guys, you just want to hurt me? Is that what you want?
we were offended. We were like, that's so mean.
No, we're trying to make a living and we want to win money. So if we have to hurt you in that,
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the
But-
pro mindset.
Totally, I get it.
We don't
always
wanna
go
have
for
that.
You always go for that.
Pick on the weak.
person. You
Yeah,
pick on the weak person.
Gosh,
But if
we're
I
all
was
so
you guys,
mean.
I would take advantage of
Yeah, you gotta
of
find
looking the
something.
same.
yeah,
But we were trying to everything we could to avoid that. So
It's the ref's job to
not our
figure that
job.
stuff out.
yeah,
I mean, we've also gotten a taste of playing twins, and it's not fun. Like, it's confusing.
it is confusing.
I would have never thought about any of this stuff until you
No.
guys.
See, some people don't, but
Yeah.
some do, and
Like,
they're
wow.
not cool with it.
Dang, this girl was just gassed, and now she just got her second win like crazy.
Where did that come from? She couldn't even hit a ball a play ago.
I thought that was her weakness.
What is like how do people tell you apart?
On the court
You
or in
guys are,
life,
like,
or
just any of it. I'm sure that you guys have probably messed with people like your whole lives. Like, do you ever try to pull a fast one on Jake and Kyle every now and then?
no, not with
Not
them.
with- not
That's too
with-
gross. We don't
no.
like that.
No, our house.
Yeah.
No, I know, but it gets weird. We've switched classes before, which was terrifying. in high
Absolutely
school.
terrifying.
Just
People are like,
terrifying.
"Oh, that's so funny." I'm like, "No, it was
I
terrifying."
would have
Never
milked
again.
it so hard in school and in every way possible.
McKenna took a math test for me. I went to Spanish class for her.
I was so stressed. I didn't even know.
She still did well though. So
You're welcome. But I have. People ask us this question all the time. Obviously, how do you tell the difference between you two? And I would say once you get to know us, our personalities are pretty different. The way we talk, our mannerisms, you can tell. I mean, our friends, roommates can attest to that. But I would say, like, the initial, I have like a scar on my lip right here.
We have a couple markings.
I have a mark on
We're gonna see that.
I have a red dot on my nose.
No, it's too small.
She has a mark on her forehead.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that, but ultimately we're like, I don't know.
Fans listening are like, okay, so like when they're on the court, I'm gonna look for like a
Exactly.
dot on like a
Right,
freckle.
it's like you're not gonna.
You're just
see
not.
It.
My
face is
tattoo, actually,
that's true.
when we're playing now, I have a cross. Well, we both have tattoos, but I have a cross on my side.
There we go.
But I'm so glad I put it on my side because I don't want people picking us out because of, like, oh, serve the tattoo.
I mean, where else would
Yeah.
you put it? Your belly button?
I don't know. People get creative.
You can have tattoos on your belly button.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You could have gone with a foot. A foot's
I do
that's
have a
easy to
foot.
find.
I have a foot tattoo.
Oh, really?
It's a cactus.
Go
Ah,
Arizona.
good.
Arizona for life. Anyways.
And I know that you guys are grounded in faith, and as you can tell, like, you have a cross necklace, you have a cross tattoo, and just with your setbacks too, and just in life, just with life journey in general, how much has faith kind of impacted just the way that you guys have lived your lives and just helped you along in the journey of life?
That's like my favorite question ever because I mean, obviously we're humans, we're not perfect, and but I'd like to say like my faith is what carries. It's the reason why I make almost every decision that I do, except for the bad ones. But like among the setbacks, the losses, the people telling you you're not good enough, it's like Jesus tells us the opposite of all those things. Like your identity, your worth isn't based upon your wins and your losses. It's based upon like who I say you are, and I say you're beautiful, you're intentionally made, you're I mean, there's so much that I want to share with that, but I would say for me it's just the foundation of everything that I do, and it's given me so much joy and freedom and purpose in this whole journey and career of professional beach volleyball. So
I think
Yes.
both of us having the same foundation too just allows us to, like McKenna said, just live more freely, play more freely, and have our identity grounded in something that is absolutely unshakable. And losing a game, I'm not going to go home. Obviously, like I said, we're very competitive, but it's not going to define me. And I'm so thankful for that. And
I think it also gives us a reason as athletes to like work harder. I think there's a little bit of a what's the word? Like predisposition or something that maybe Christians are a little bit soft or weaker or whatever, but as athletes, like we're fierce competitors because we're competing for something so much greater than a win in the game of beach volleyball. And that's so cool and so freeing for me, and I'm grateful and thankful every single day because of it. So
Awesome.
We have running up on time a little bit, so just wanted to kind of make sure that we covered everything that you guys wanted to cover. Is there anything that we might have missed? Anything you guys want to mention?
well, I'm a little bummed this whole interview is all about us. I mean, I'd like to get to know you guys. So
I think we have a lot to learn from them too.
yeah, we have a lot of questions for you guys.
Shoot away.
That can be off camera.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys spending so much time here in the middle of the week to talk to us, especially before Huntington coming up. I'm sure that you're both very excited about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Your first event as professionals, technically.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, technically.
We also just want to say thank you for taking the time to have us on. There's so many
Yeah.
people you can have on the show, and we're
Yeah.
excited. Not the show, the podcast. And
It's a show. It's a show now.
Now
Look
it's
at
a
us.
show.
Yeah.
we're showing. It's just fun. I love the beach community and the people. So thank you for
It's
having
been a
us.
fun project. And now, so our kind of final question for every guest now is if you could give advice to any young or up-and-coming beach volleyball player, what would you tell them?
There's so many things that you can do as a player that have nothing to do with skill that will get you so far in this game. And
in life.
And in life. And that's just working hard, being a great listener, being coachable. And I would say, as for young athletes, like, if you're doing those things, that's not going to go unseen, and it's going to get you so much farther in sport and in life. And Madison and I did that. We just tried to listen and implement things that people told us, and look at some of the greats and apply some of those to our game. So I would encourage them to do that.
And if volleyball is your passion, I mean, we can't say that we grew up wanting to be D1 collegiate athletes our whole life, or wanting to go into this pro world of beach volleyball. It's kind of just happened for us, and that's how our stories unfolded. But I just want to encourage people who are still trying to find out what they're passionate about to just try new things. And if you know what it is, go get it. Go knock on those doors. They might get shut, and that's for a reason. So
All right, well, thank you so much again for taking the time.
Thanks,
and
guys.
hey, first video podcast booked.
I love it.
Have a great day, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.